Hey, how's it going? Today is Tuesday. We are continuing a series where we're taking a look at some of those infrastructure projects, right? I have covered a number of those. That would be 5,000 miles of roads to be improved within UK. I have covered charging points, infrastructure, and some investments made by UK to improve that infrastructure, as well as I have taken a look at rail. Some of the projects within UK where they're looking to improve rail, some investments, new things are coming into effect, as well as I have taken a look at AI and software when it comes to some of those infrastructure perhaps projects. AI is it's government institution potentially will be looking to hire a number of companies to work potentially with the government to improve infrastructure when it comes to AI, as well as I'm looking to within the city to take a look at some of the trade agreements when it comes to trade agreements. That was I have covered this particular trade agreement some time ago, about 2 weeks ago, and some of the things that are happening myself. I'm interested in reading that for the first time. That would be a press release. And within this press release, they talk about the Minister fuels energy exports in trade mission to Chile. And let's try to understand this opportunity a little bit better. Export Minister will lead renewable energy companies to meet Chilean government and business officials. This press release was completed today. So then I'm taking this information from government's website. Myself, I'm it's kind of sign point, I guess. Myself, I'm looking to reach out to some of those different governments, right? And usually within the government, they would have official that would be responsible for all the trade that that government is doing with a number of other governments or business within those governments. I think it's just the people within those governments, right? It's very hard to reach out to that person. I can't emphasize this enough how hard it can be to find that person. Perhaps everyone's busy. I don't know. It's just down with that person and how we can work together. That's why the reason why I'm reaching out. I don't know. Perhaps there's a lot of people sending a nice letters because it's Christmas, and that person is busy opening those letters and reading those. Myself, I'm interested in trade, right? And I'm looking if my company is established within UK, I'm looking to improve and or see what were the ways of doing trade, right? And then I would find this official within the government, right? I would need to find a way to reach out to this person. Usually, it's very hard, right? I would need to find the person, that person would need to find the person, that person would need to find the person, and eventually he would ask, okay, why he wants to speak with us, and then it will come back to me, right? So what I'm saying, for people who haven't done it themselves, usually this process is very hard to do, right? Usually it's very hard to do. I know it because it's something that I have tried doing it, right? So it's good that they have themselves taken their time and organize this kind of way of doing business. But for people who paying attention, they should take a notice of everything what's happening because there might be a lot of opportunities there. Perhaps worth noting that I thought that perhaps it's just a side note for if I don't know if this video would go anywhere, right? So I thought how I could solve this problem, right? So there is a different government out there somewhere in the world, right? Myself, I have a business within the UK, right? And I'm looking to trade with that government, right? What will be the process? Let's do a quick exercise. How you can approach and start trading with that government, right? I thought myself I would reach out to the person that would be embassies, right? So I thought I would reach out to embassy. There's a person. So I thought perhaps he would be the person who would organize everything. But usually, again, this person's overwhelmed. I don't know with what. Again, Christmas cards. Everyone's busy with those Christmas cards, reading those, writing those, and I don't know. I don't know. Even that is a very hard thing to do, right? I don't know. But perhaps everyone's busy with doing something else. Most important things would be bullet points, right? There would be two out of this article that would be British expertise and service can boost Chile's ambition to develop its renewable energy capability. Since we have covered some of those investments being made as well as sourcing. All right, if we need it at any point, some of those, I think everyone would need it, and in particular demand, right? So there might be increase in demand, right? Perhaps then it's increase in demand. Some of the people perhaps they would look ways of solving some of those problems, which solving some of those problems can be very hard to do. So it's something myself I'm noticing that a lot of people are doing good things, right? When it comes to perhaps establishing those trade relationships, as well as Chile is one of the UK's most important trading partner in Latin America and fellow member of uh, CPTPP, uh, uh, trans-Pacific trade agreements, and I'm not entirely sure. I have covered that one, and I think U.S. have left this agreement. Other than that, would be a handful of countries, and there might be increase in number of countries that are taking part in this agreement, which is great, right? So we're looking to improve trade and expand in international waters, and what will be the process. Exports Minister Lord Offord has today, 12th today's date, as I'm making studio, landed in Santiago, Chile, where he is leading a trade mission of British hydrogen and renewable energy companies to watch them with the business opportunities in the country. Okay, now it's hydrogen. Okay, I'm on board with that since I not necessarily agree with only one alternative, right? We might find ourselves in a kind of problem down the line if we will move from one that would be perhaps oil progressing into I don't know the perhaps only a single lithium batteries or whatever case might be, hydrogen or a number of alternatives, right? And then we would have perhaps better prices for end consumers, right? Since there might be otherwise to be again all the money, capital, and everything going just in a handful of people. So many books have been published on this kind of subject, so it's good that people are noticing, right? Myself, I'm constantly studying those books, so. Okay, so if mistakes have been done, let's acknowledge those mistakes and address some of those mistakes in a way there would be some alternatives in the market, right? When it comes to perhaps powering cars, engines, houses, everything, right? Let's have alternatives. The business will be introduced to the key Chilean development and prospective customers at the showcase event hosted in Santiago. The minister will also have a meeting with. Okay, okay. Unless I know the person, perhaps that's another way I'll look at it. Right? I'll try to reach out to all these names. No one will respond to any of my request, perhaps perhaps suggestion of sitting down and having a chat. Other than that, perhaps they're doing everyone's busy, right? With those Christmas cards. Perhaps Santa has been good this year. Perhaps I don't know. Everyone's busy, right? So as time being, I'll skip all the names, right? For people who are interested, feel free to go on and government's website and try to understand some of those articles for yourselves and do a little bit of research on some of the people who are taking part in some of those events, right? Other than that, since I haven't done any business or work together, or those people out there who are paid by the taxpayers, until then, unless I have done something with them, I don't know any of those people. I don't know nothing. The trade agreement with Chile was particularly important for UK. Okay. It's very, very, very definitely important, in particular having alternatives. If anything, if the UK is doing its own projects, kind of, the UK is doing its best what they can, but I don't know. Perhaps some of those infrastructures up there, including Chile, has been well developed right over time. So perhaps it's good that they're establishing those trade agreements as well. It could benefit local people and as well as UK as customers. Yeah, being the first of signed in 2019 with the UK join a comprehensive and progressive agreement for Trans-Pacific Partnership. Okay, so TPP, of which Chile is a member, and trading relationships will continue to grow with a business in both countries being able to choose the most beneficial agreement to trade under. Again, so there will be alternatives, right? While there are some alternatives, great, right? uh, myself, I'm off for that. Total trade in goods and services between the UK and Chile is last year growth by over 13%, reaching 1.9 billion. The UK's government aims to continue to grow the trading partnerships, particularly by supporting Chile to harness its potential in renewable, including low carbon hydrogen. Okay, with the world leading experts from UK's companies. So most likely UK as an industry has skills, right, to develop on many things, right? So if Chile has resources, perhaps UK has necessary skills to develop some of those end products, which would be great. Some people might consider those some of those raw resources are currently being valued at about 10%, right? Well, once those resources being developed all the way, the price would go 10 times, right? that's that's a worth time investment, right? TPP will cut tariffs for goods exporters and provide new opportunities and improve access to or for service industries, enhance bilateral relationships in key sectors such as energy and infrastructure services, something that we are taking a look at. We did a number of videos today, right, and some of the potentially where natural resources would come from, as well as some of the investments that are being made within the UK. Chile is a key player in the global race to decarbonize, holding huge reserves of copper and lithium. I have noticed that, so it's good. Good. UK has some, but not necessarily. If we can, we're most likely looking as the same as other countries source natural resources from other places in return for, right, as well as leading the region in renewable energy development. That's why so many UK companies are eager to do business in energy and infrastructure sector. Myself included, I'm looking to establish some of those partnerships and work together, in particular when it comes to sourcing some of those natural resources. I have contact a number of companies when it comes to even battery manufacture within the UK. And for most of those companies, you need to bring your own resources, right? Yeah, this is what they're saying. You bring your own natural resources, and we can build whatever you want. But again, this is how the business works. If you are interested in learning more, I have published a book. Within this book, I'm sharing a lot of information which I personally believe would be very important for many people out there when we're taking a look at livestock enterprise and how to establish your first business. Perhaps if not yourself, perhaps you know the person who would like to learn more about more self-sufficiency, different living, perhaps if it's not something that people have done in the past, perhaps would be an interesting area to learn about. Within this book, I'm taking a look at where everyone would start, right? That would be from zero. I'm setting financial targets. When running a business, having those metrics might be important, and from zero to first $10,000, euros, pounds, and how to progress and learn more about some of those areas. You can find all information within this book in QR code in the corner and company's website below. Good that that's happening. Well, that's happening, and that's worth taking a look at. There's other places where a lot of copper has been extracted within the world, and some of the other governments how they are struggling with the backlash coming from local government. So good. What I'm saying is, I understand what's happening with the world currently with some of those copper mines in the world. So good that this particular government they will go working together in a partnership, and they're looking to collaborate, and that could be mutual beneficial relationship for everyone involved. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next one.